Welcome everyone to this remake of an absolute classic, The Old Stream Farm by Black Sheep Modding. Now this map has been around for a fair few iterations of Farming Simulator 22 and started out in its first guise back in FS15. So it's gone through 4 iterations now to arrive here in what I will say quite early on, a perfect form in Farming Simulator 22. So the format for this video as usual will be a walk around the local farm area, the starting point. We've started this particular map on easy, and then we'll have a quick look up in the sky in drone cam, and then we'll jump in a vehicle and have a whiz around the map and see what other features are available. Looking at the map, we start here in what is the northeast corner of a very interesting map. So if you've not seen this map before, then you'll have a feast for the eyes because it is a beautiful laid out map. There's lots of access, there's lots of roads. If I remember rightly, there's lots of things overlapping, so roads going under roads. It just gives that really nice feeling of authenticity. There's some nice rivers, trees and scenery to boot. So we start out the game on easy mode, which is what we've loaded into here with fields 1 and 2 as highlighted here. You also have access to all of the streams in the map, so you can see the streams running along here down to this parcel of land at the bottom, the area up here to the northeast, as well as further south the main town area. So you can go ahead and sell these if you wanted to. If I select the main area here for the city, you can see that we can sell that, but we won't get any money for it. Obviously there's no money to be made by selling land that you can't actually work. So we start the game facing our farmhouse, and as you can see there is a interactive point inside, which means we can walk through the doors and take a look at the farmhouse. Classic old Aga there, and some rather nice classic features. There's a coffee grinder, a kitchen roll holder, and all various paraphernalia. So this is our sleep point here, and if we come round slowly to the left where the other door is, we also have our changing point. So if we wish to change our costume, we absolutely can do. Coming through the hallway into this first storage area, you'll see all of these doors are operable, which is fantastic. We can open all of these double doors. We can enter back through at the front door here. Let's close that one up. So let's have a look over to the side. There's another pair of double doors. In here we have our main workshop area. So we're going to see the usual stuff like tyres, bags of cement and feed, and all the various things that we're going to need to maintain our vehicles. And another coffee grinder. Heading back out of our small work area, we can see our first purchased field directly in front of us. Just a small one to get you going, but perfectly located. No need to drive too far to get this one underway. And then field 2 is up here on the field. Again, it really isn't too far away. So nicely located. Decent sizes, not too small, but obviously not gigantic. You tend to never get huge fields right next to the farm on European maps, but that's a good start. Turning to the right here, we have a storage area, and this is one of the new custom buildings that you can find in this particular map. And it's worth noting at that point that this entire farm, all of the buildings and any of the placeable items can all be sold. If you go into the construction menu, then you can simply demolish and sell all of these buildings. So you have the ability to customize this absolutely and completely. Even if you start on easy, you wish to remove one of the buildings, that's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and do that. So we're back in the main courtyard area. We have one of our vehicles here, which we'll have a look at in a minute. We'll just see what we spot as we walk around. Let's head over to the right hand side. Nice big set of wrought iron double gates here, which again open straight into the yard. Tractor, plough, seeder, some tomatoes, nice little features. Is that a chainsaw? No, that's a hedge trimmer. Nice willow there. Very nicely put together map. So we'll walk around again, and this is where we have our overloading and our pipes. So our silos housed under this shelter here, and very nicely configured and put together. Turning around from the silos behind us, we've got another set of barns, and I'm just going to highlight to you the floor here. So we do have some custom textures. So this one here, this kind of concrete style tiled texture. There's other ones as well which we can have a look at shortly, but we do have these spaces inside, and this one here is our sheep pasture. So we have our feeding area here where we can dump our feed. And then we have this lovely area for our sheep. Don't know whether that's a pond or whether the water has just encroached. But yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. So back round to the side. I'm trying not to run too much to keep the camera still for you guys. We can purchase our animals here. And we have a set of double gates. And we're back out into the main yard, so we're going to head round to this next barn over here. So we have this nice shelter for machinery, open-ended, open-sided. Round to the left we have the other side of our silo barn, and you can see the John Deere sat there. Another nice open area for storage. Storage of hay bales, storage of seed or equipment should you decide to. We open these double doors here and we are now into our pig pasture. So we have our dropping off point here. Our feed troughs just on the other side so we can fill up the feed. We don't need to worry about water, and our pigs can wallow around in this nice sticky muddy area. Lovely job. Okay, let's head out of these double doors and we'll have a quick look to the right. Again, this is our pig purchase area if we wanted to purchase pigs directly on site. We've got our header trailer, our combine and grain header there. Again, more storage space, loads of space for storing vehicles. So this really is a farm with all the potential to expand into a big operation. Very nice. I like all these small attentions to details. Small hay cart there, logs stacked up. Beautiful, very nice. Okay, so immediately in front of us we have a silage bunker, and that's one of three. We have two more to the side. We just venture around here, you'll see number 2 and number 3. So we've got the option of 3 bunkers there. And if we just head up around the top here and around this barn that you can see to the right hand side, we will see an open area. It's a perfect place to put even more buildings if you wanted to. So there's absolutely space to expand. Although the farm is big already in terms of barns and buildings, you certainly could make this even larger. And of course, there's purchasable fields immediately to my left here and across there in the distance. Okay, we'll head back down to the main area. We've got a couple more barns just to look at, another animal area, and then we'll jump into the drone cam. So if we open up these big sliding doors, we are in the cattle area. So you can see I'm on the wrong side of this, but this is where your cattle would come through. Let's just go straight through the back of this and we can have a look. We'll jump over this fence. So this is where we can keep our animals, our livestock. We have a purchase point here by this set of gates. So we have all of our various cows that we can choose to purchase. And then we'll come back through here. We've got various troughs, overloading points, and everything we need for cow operations. Back out the sliding door here. Let's walk back round to the left. So we've now gone full circle. So this is where we came in. Let's head back round to the front door, or rather the back door of our property, and then we'll jump in the drone cam and take a look up in the sky. Before we do that, I just wanted to highlight the various different production chains that are available on this map from the get-go. It will allow you to sell absolutely everything, and that's awesome because some of the maps that we've seen to date start you off with either nothing or just a few, and you're expected to then create those production chains as you work through, and that's great. If that's the sort of gameplay you're looking for, that's brilliant. But if you like to jump straight in with all doors and all options open and available to you, then this is certainly a map to do that. Let's have a quick click through. We have our dairy up here immediately east of our homestead at the top here. We have a restaurant and tailor shop immediately located next to it. Let's just zoom in slightly here. Spinnery, great processing unit, the silo for the railroad, the train renting station, and the other silo we have a horse barn, farmers market, and we were going to be using the farmers market an awful lot for selling produce. We'll have a look at those on the menus in a minute. We have our sugar mill, biogas plant, and then coming south we have carpentry and the sawmill obviously next door, and another train rental point, lime station here right in the middle of the map, debris crusher, and the biomass heating plant. Over here right down in the southwestern area of the map, right in the corner, we have our animal dealer. We have another train point, our grain mill, gas station, a bit far out of the way potentially from the main barn, but I think that's fine. Back up to the central area here, we have an additional sheep pasture. So this is one that we can purchase, and that's all set up and ready to go. So once you purchase this particular field, you'll find all the various interactive points will become available to you. We have a bakery, our store, which is nicely located immediately out and west of our farm, so easily accessible for purchasing all of our new equipment. And then coming up to the very north, almost northeast of the map here, we have another cow pasture. So field 17 we can purchase, and again that's all geared up with feeding stations and various places for interacting, and those will become active once you purchase that field as well. And then lastly, right up in the top right, we have our grain elevator. So you can see from the prices list here that we can sell absolutely everything. And if we just work through, you can see farmers market does come up a fair amount. That is the general place to sell stuff, but obviously there are specific places located across the map for getting better prices depending on what you're selling and at what point of a production chain you're in. But it is brilliant to see that we can start off with production chains straight away and not have to necessarily worry about the purchase of the selling points and placing them on the map. Well, here we are up in the drone cam here. We are just immediately above the door to the barn. So this long L-shaped building here is again another one of the custom buildings built by the Black Sheep team. If I just pan the camera across and tilt, we can get a good overview of the farm as we pass over. Lots of lovely buildings. It's very nicely laid out, lots of access, plenty of space, lots of places to turn. You're not going to get yourself too hooked up, but as we said, there is this area just to the left coming into the camera view now where we could expand if we wanted to add some more buildings. Coming around with the camera here, we can see our cow pasture immediately in front of us. Again, that's another custom building, and if you wanted to start from scratch, you could drop that down. That's no problem at all. We have our sheep pasture here on the left hand side, and the one thing I didn't highlight when we walked around is actually where the chickens are kept, and that actually is right next to the main barn, the main farmhouse adjacent, almost right next to where the maintenance shed is. We'll have a look at that just before we jump in a tractor and have a drive around. There's a bird's eye view satellite cam shot of the farm there. You can see the layout. You can see field 1 immediately in front of us. I'll look at that. We are timing this beautifully for a nice hot air balloon to come directly beneath us and block our view. Never mind. So giving ourselves a bit more altitude here, we can have a look at the overall shape and size of the map. We can see the various fields, the roads, the streams. It is beautifully crafted. It is a classic. So again, this is ported from FS19 with its own little tweaks and upgrades. There are collectibles on this map, and the collectibles are in the guise of little black sheep. Very nice, very nicely done there, guys. So yes, if you hunt around, you may find those on your journey. We may find some today as we're driving around. We're not actively looking for them, so I apologise if you come across any spoilers. But what a beautiful looking landscape. What's interesting to see here is the edge of the map. Beyond the edge, the attention to detail, the placing of objects has gone above and beyond the general distance that you'd expect to see. And so it really does give you that feeling of depth beyond the edge of the map. We're just coming around here, just still working our way clockwise with the farm immediately central on the screen there. I think it's time to drop down into a vehicle and have a bit of a drive around. But before we do that, let's have a look at the vehicles and equipment that we start with on the easy version of the game. Small tractors, we have the Fendt favourite 511C. Medium tractors, we have the John Deere 7810. For our combine, we have the Dutzfar, the Topliner 4090H, a classic. The Schafer 2630 front loader. Our good old Lizard pickup, the modern version, the 2017. For trailers, we have a Claas Carrot 140 TD. Our grain header, which is coupled with our combine, the Topliner 4090 header. The Pottinger Servo 25 plough. The Ray BG 3/9 cultivator. The Nordstone HK25 seeder. Then we have our bucket for our front loader. Our header trailer for the 4090. And then finally wrapping up with a couple of weights here, the 900 and the 600. Now, those of you who watch my channel will know I do love a John Deere, but I equally love a Fendt. So I think it's the Fendt we're going to be driving around in today. Beautiful, let's get the engine going. Get the weight on. We're going to back ourselves out of here, head out through the main iron gates, and then take a look around. I'll bring up the interface here with our map so that we can have a look at what we're doing. Let's bring up the main map on screen, we'll make a quick plan, and then we'll get going. So we are immediately here. I think the obvious plan is to head north. I do prefer to try and take a clockwise route if possible. So we'll come out of the farm here, turn right, head north up to the train line, cross over the stream. We'll come around, have a look at field 17, which is the cow pasture. Have a look at what we have here for the grain elevator. Very quickly pass our way through around the periphery of the map here, going clockwise. We'll come down, we'll cut a right through town, we'll come through town here, heading down, and then at this point here we'll turn immediately right along the north side of field 58. If we head down, then the only routes out are south and out of the map. So we'll come across here, cutting through 58, 57, south of 56, just above the sawmill. We can have a quick glance in there at carpentry and sawmill. We'll continue down here over the stream, past this lovely small forest here. We'll head our way up here to the T-junction, and then I think perhaps we may head west here, and we'll have a look at this area at the bottom right, and then I may cut to going east here, back up and over past 35 and up into this central area. We'll leave all this back road here for you to explore in your own time, and I think that should be enough to give us a good idea of the map. So let's get going. So as we said, we're going to come out of the farm. We have our fields both adjacent left and right here. We're going to turn right out onto the main road. I'll go for a bit of exterior view just to let you see what's going on. No traffic, and away we go. I will keep quiet for the next few moments just to give you a bit of driving footage, just so you can experience the map for yourselves. So this is the train line we're heading over here, and we'll have a stream coming up momentarily. It's a lovely map. So we can see on the right hand side there is a feeding station for the cows. So this is the field 17, that we can purchase as an additional cow pasture should we wish to. So we'll just pull over here and have a very quick look. So we have our double gates here, and we can see water troughs, feeding stations. There we go. It does say grass as the crop type if I bring up my interface, so that will grow. Let's just purchase this field and see what happens when we activate it and see the interactive points come up. So we can purchase this for 130,000. We'll do that now. There we go. And straight away we can see the various interactive points come up. So we have our point for food, water over here, and there we go, there's water, and our point to purchase animals should we wish to do that here rather than elsewhere. Let's just go and add a whole bunch. There we go, 180 animals. And there we go. Although there's no grass on the field at present, oddly, I'm sure that will appear as time goes by, but our heifers are looking happy. Okay, let's jump back into the tractor and continue our journey. So I'll keep the PDA on screen here. Let's just pull in on the left here and just have a quick look-see at this one. So this is our grain elevator for dropping off and selling of our various cereal crops. You can see the train going past there in the distance. Right, we're going to head back out onto the road. We've just gone around the back of the grain elevator. That's the entrance we came in on. And let's head south as planned. A nice view of the train going by. Fantastic. Field 13 on our right here. Just going to come up over this hump and we'll come across the dairy. And there we go, that's the dairy there on the right hand side. That's a very nice looking map. I really cannot complain. I'm having a bit of an inner turmoil here, really, because I am such a fan of the Calmsden farm map, and this is absolutely on a par. And there are lots of reasons to potentially enjoy this map more. So we're just going through the town here. Let me jump to exterior view. Let's take it nice and slow. Lovely cobblestone buildings. Right, we're just going to do a left here. And then we'll head down towards field 58. We're going to pass over the river shortly. Right, we are pretty much at the southwest tip of the map here, and this is where we have our animal dealer and our grain silos. We also have our garage, our petrol station. And let's just go exterior view. Heading round, here's the gas station here. We have a road which goes underneath, and I believe that is the edge of the map. Yes, there we go. We're just backing up there, coming back round to the right here, past the gas station, over the railway line. There's no gates there, so you do need to keep your wits about you. So we've covered our journey down along the south edge of the map, up here, down this road here, past field 50 and down to the southwest corner here. So I'm just going to cut back to this corner here on field 35, then we'll head north, wind through this area here, take a look at the shop, and then we'll come up, wind between 24 and 21 if we can. I'm assuming that's just tree coverage, and then we'll come back and finish back at the farm. Right, taking a left here up past field 35, which is on our right hand side there. We're going to head up towards the shop and have a look around that area, which is just west of the main town. The river is winding itself through there, the road is following round. It's a very beautiful, beautiful bit of landscape here. Right, I think we'll do a left on this corner, it's rather sharp. Yep, just made that round. church with a spire up on the right hand side. You can see that on the top of the hill from quite a distance away actually. On the left, as you can see in the mini map in the bottom left corner, is field 27, and this is the sheep pasture which we can buy additional to the one at the farm. Again, we have our feeding troughs here, our water trough, and as soon as you purchase in the same vein as the other cow field, then you will find that the interactive points become available. Now this one has grass actually in the field. I don't know why the other one didn't. I don't know if that's a bug or whether that will just appear and grow. But yeah, it's very nice. I think the sheep would love this down here by the river. Very tranquil indeed. Let's continue on our journey. We have the bakery coming up on the right hand side as another production chain. So the bakery is just in there. You can see there's a point. Let's just swing through. Swing round. There we go, that's the bakery on the left hand side. We can see output and overloading points there. We have our garage slash shop immediately in front of us. So let's go into this service bay and just have a quick walk around. And here we are. So we have our store here. Sales brochures. Oh, is that the new Fent? Lovely. Very nicely done indeed. Okay, we'll head on out of the garage. We'll head east. And then we'll pick up between fields 21 and 23 and just wind our way back to the farm. So we want to take the left here, cutting back on ourselves rather sharply. Mind the old transit van. Up through this lovely avenue of trees, just on the brow of the hill here, having a nice look over in the distance. It's the real feeling of immersion that you get with a map of this quality. The attention to detail, the layout. It's fantastic. It's just such a lovely experience. Okay, we're going to head out straight onto this road here. We're all good. And we're going to head straight back round to our farm. And there she blows. Coming down, we can take a left. And we are home, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that journey through the Old Stream farm map. I think this is a fantastic map. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's been so well crafted. There's attention to detail. There's a huge amount of farm space when you kick off on the easy map, and without that you can completely customize this entire area. We have some custom ground textures which we can use. We have custom buildings. We have the ability to sell everything and anything we produce. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you for joining me here today on this flyby journey. I'm just going to pop inside. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Take care now. Bye-bye.